7:30. We're back to work. It's a Saturday, dude. I don't discriminate against ideas. If I feel like I have a good one, I just kind of tweak out on it and chase it until I'm burnt out. And so I did this ALX Proverbs book. Man, I'm over here just fucking talking. Let's see. Technically, this is chapter 7, so we'll get back to that. But I did this ALX Proverbs book in like a day and a half. AI helped me organize my thoughts, but I already had the bulletin points. I already kind of had a few ideas scribbled down. So the hardest part was kind of making the content. But you know, practice. So if this is my first couple months doing this little shit, then hopefully in like 5-10 years, I will have circulated through many followers. but something might come about. Let's see. Boom. Chapter 7. And let's mistake this one for kind of also important. Labor is time consuming. We want to learn how to make lots of money and have it work for us. Put what little you have now to work with a plan. Seek advice and experiment with smaller amounts until the amount grows. We think differently with some money to our name. Let's see. And I feel like I've been talking for a little bit, so my brain is a little bit drained. But I think for this video, how about we'll just ask more questions than give you more answers. Let's see. What would be some good questions? What do we think about crypto? You know, Bitcoin. I got notifications. I stopped looking at crypto a while ago, or about a month ago, because, you know, I'm a $30 to my name type of guy at the moment. But I saw that Bitcoin passed $104 mark. Crazy. I wish I would have invested, you know, my goodness. Some of the investments we do, I don't know. If you really think about it, most investments are risky by nature. And so what we're trying to do is put our money that should have been saved for a rainy day fund. So we would put it to work, hypothetically. And what we're trying to do is prevent any form of risk of losing that money. And so people buy real estate, people buy businesses, people buy crypto, stocks, and hoping that with time, the value of their money increases. And with this present day content stuff, everybody's like, real estate, and there's a lot of legitimate reasons to that. But from my experience, me and my ex-wife purchased a house with some help, with some family help. We bought a $600,000 house. It was like $575 or something. And for a year, you know, while we lived there at like $4,000 a month mortgage, plus the bills, plus utilities, plus all the expenses that came up, like, that kind of broke us because, well, maybe she's a baller, but I couldn't do that, because in order for me to see my money back and a little bit more, it was gonna have to pay into this huge liability for 20-30 years. And yeah, they say after a couple years you can sell it, but the real estate fees, taxes, all that shit, so you're still back to zero, and the real estate agent just made some money off you, both selling you the house and selling your house, you know. But I guess I don't have any methods or any successful stories yet, but I prefer to invest my money in businesses or products that I can sell for a little bit more. So I'm the type of dude that fixes things. So I buy damaged goods, fix them up, and see if I can sell them for a couple more dollars. But because the price of my labor is relatively good, I went and found an employer who will plug me into a system to where I can make my money, and still have some time, free time, to function as I may. So, but this money that I make is, hopefully there's enough left over for me to put aside and put to work. Into crypto, into investments, into another business, into a flip, so that $1 makes me another dollar, So rich people think of money as employees for them. Each dollar can be sent out to chase a little bit of interest at the very least. I don't know, like, we could get super technical and super minute with all the details and the pennies and the percentages, but I think most of these common trends of investments is kind of relatively low risk and slow money, right? So people are just trying to come up with methods to beat the inflation, but the money is being printed like crazy. So my recommendation has been this whole time is to start a business. And yes, it's hard. Being a singer is hard. Being a cook is hard. Being healthy at 65 has been hard. Being broke and hungry is hard. Living a life as a human is hard. Giving birth to children is hard. Everything is hard. So they say pick your hard. But when it comes to investing, I think for us young people with not $100,000-$200,000 worth of money set aside that we can just put to work, I think what we can invest is our spare time. In addition to working these 40-hour weeks, if we got some time to kill, we can pick up some booklets, we can listen to some audio tapes, we can go to some classes, we can link up with other groups where productive conversations happen. So instead of drinking the money away, eating it away, spending it on a girl who isn't gonna call back tomorrow, or anything like that. So, but the idea is to gather your resources while you're young, set it aside so that when you're old, your resources and your assets have been managed responsibly enough that they yielded fruit, so that in old age you could be taken care of. And then a good father, according to the Bible, provides an inheritance for his children and his children's children. So as a man, as a Christian man, we try to figure out a formula that will, if we have to sacrifice our life to make sure that my lineage is well taken care of and is educated, as on the right path until some deviations happen, and they will, but at least for 2-3 generations there will be a system figured out, if a system is good enough to be passed on, right? I don't know, it's the type of shit that I think about. Anyways, this was chapter 7. I might have a couple more in me. I don't know, it's a Saturday. I don't really have anything better to do, so I still have a couple more shirts, so maybe I'll do a couple more videos. I don't know yet. Have a good day.